All right, man. We got episode, I'm pretty sure, 7 of Results by Riles. We got the first online Results by Riles podcast. So we got my guy Jarret here, Jarret Jones. So, Jarret, start off telling everybody a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you're from. Just give everyone a little bit of context about who you are, bro.
Yeah, so I'm an 18-year-old. I go to the University of Cincinnati. I'm studying criminal justice, and I kind of just am thinking about a career in law enforcement or maybe the military. So then I just reach out to Coach Riles to get in good shape for that.
Awesome, man. And, Jarret, walk everyone through a little bit. Like, where were you at before we started working together? Where were you kind of struggling in?
Yeah, so the main problem I had was I was trying to do too much too quick. So I would line up this awesome new program I would come up with, and I would lift like 3 times a week and run 3 times a week, and I'll have 6 workouts and mobility and stretching, and then I would also be trying to lose weight at the same time and get faster and stronger. And then I just ended up becoming injured, and I couldn't run, I couldn't lift because I just wasn't feeling properly. I wasn't getting faster, I wasn't getting stronger, and I just ended up injuring my back and was getting shin splits just trying to rush that process instead of taking my time and actually knowing what to do and being informed.
For sure, for sure. And at what point, in that process of going through the cycle of doing too much and trying to do everything all at once, at what point did you kind of decide that you probably needed some help when it comes to getting to your goals, man?
Yeah, it was whenever I looked back and it was like I looked at what I've done so far that summer going into college. I was like, in the last 2 months, I have gotten a slower. I think I added like a minute onto my 2 mile. I can no longer do deadlifts or barbell squats, and I'm 5 pounds heavier. I was like, I've went in the wrong direction in every single measurable. Waist is higher. I was just less energy. I mean, like any type of measurement was worse on what I was trying to get better at.
hmm And was there like a certain moment for you where you were kind of just like I am not going to be able to get where I want to be on my own?
It was just it was a gradual kind of just like it built up, and then you just happened to come across my Instagram, and I was like, maybe I don't actually know as much as I thought. Maybe me watching YouTube videos isn't going to cut it. Maybe me just sitting around and thinking or talking to other people in the gym isn't going to cut it. I need to reach out to a professional. And I just remember kind of seeing your stuff and thinking like, I've talked to him in the past a little bit, and I think this could be a good something that I could pursue that could actually change my trajectory and actually lead to a better result.
Yeah, and let's walk everyone through it. So, what results were you specifically looking for, man?
Yes, I was just wanting to mainly lose weight and increase my 2 mile time or decrease it, I guess, because I wanted to get faster for that. For like all the law enforcement or military all has a time 2 mile on it, and mine was at like a 22-minute 2 mile, which is just not cut it for anyone. And then strength wise, I felt like I was good enough, but I was still trying to progress on that for some reason. And then I would end up cutting that 2 mile time down and losing the fat. And that's when everything really started to mesh together.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so walk everyone through. So you said that what prompted you at the end of the day to go ahead and take action and, you know, get a coach? Like, were there any concerns that you had before kind of getting a coach?
Yeah, I mean, you always kind of think they're like, is it going to be worth the money? Is it going to be worth the time? Also, sometimes there's something that's like, well, what if I want to go do this? And you're like, but then I have some guys saying I can't. And I've realized that number one is your health is worth every penny you put into it. I mean, even if it costs higher, X amount, if you're improving your health, you're improving the quality of your life and probably how long you live. I mean, I think that there's just no price you even can put on that. Plus, there's the side of just being able to actually rely on someone that isn't going to have this kind of mentality of like, oh, it's okay if you don't reach your goals because you're just human, while having a good coach is going to motivate you and say, you know what, you're dealing with problems right now, you're struggling with things right now, but we're going to make it through, and this is how we're going to do it, and having an actual plan layout.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously you understand that in the back of your mind, understand like, hey, I know it's worth the investment, but I guess after talking with me, like what made you, I guess, like actually take action and decide to sign up despite some of those concerns you had in the back of your head?
Yeah, just whenever we had our call on and we were talking about what it was going to look like, I just remember the principles that you were talking about and how we were going to decrease the volume of working out and we are going to increase our steps, and it was going to be easier to reach my goals. So I was going to have less time involved, less effort involved, and receive more goals. That to me, just I mean, that was the exact program I was looking for I could actually have a life outside of just working out and can see results and achieve my goals.
Completely, dude. And walk me through this because it sounds good, on paper for me to sit here and say, oh, you can do less and get more, but like what would you actually tell other people about the experience, right? The ability to actually do less and get better results. Like what's your experience actually been like having me as a coach inside that process?
Yeah, so like I've always just loved training, and the idea of training less than like 5 or 6 days a week just would always scare me. And I think your program completely switched that on the side because it let me kind of realize like, I could go into the gym 6 days a week and I could do 3 by 12 for every body part, and I could hit every single body part for 5 sets, 5 exercises, do all this volume and stuff. And I might be able to see results for like 1 or 2 weeks before I fatigue or plateau out. But then I found out that I can still go to the gym and do what I love to do, but with the right intensity and the right like mindset to go in and say like, okay, I'm going to do bench, but whenever I bench, I'm going to go as hard as I can. I'm going to push that first set for pure strength and power, and then I'm going to have a couple back off sets, and I'm just going to take it easy and realize that if I recover, I'm going to actually be doing better than I would be if I was just constantly training and never let myself actually get a break. So then I actually did less volume and had more fun just because I got to increase that intensity, train hard, and I got stronger. So I was in there, I was pushing weight, and every single week you're looking forward. You're like, I can't wait to go up in poundage. I can't wait to get able. Now I'm up to like on my incline dumbbell bench press. I'm like, I'm maxing out the facilities here at college. Like I'm at the 100s. There's no higher. Like if anything, I'm suffering from success here, and it's like that is just it's so fun to be able to get in there and just be like, I have to go really hard, but it's going to be so rewarding. It's going to be so fun. And you also do get a lot of time other than just not having to hold yourself to like, I have to work out today and do 2 hours of cardio. Instead, you just implement steps into your life and you realize you're like, I can go to the park and I can go to here. I could go out shopping. I can do all these things. And you realize that it's more of a lifestyle than it's an actual workout plan.
100%. And why do you feel like that's worked so well for you to be able to make this something that works inside of your life and to be able to actually have a life outside of the gym as opposed to a lot of people who just, they're like, oh, I have to do all this discipline. Like, why do you feel like it's been so successful in terms of being able to actually have a life outside of fitness?
Yeah, I think that a lot of people get it, which was 100% me whenever I started on, was I was super into the like David Goggins type mentality of like, if I'm not pushing myself past my abilities every single day and I don't like wake up and hate my life, then I'm not going to make any improvement. But then I completely flipped that on its head. I said, you know what, I'm going to do what my body needs, and then I'm going to let it recover. And then you have all this extra time on your hand all of a sudden because you go from training 2 to 3 hours a day, and all of a sudden you have just extra hours throughout the week that I picked up things like I can hunt more, I can read more, I can play guitar more, I can do all these other opportunities, all these other things I love to do, without actually having to just hate my day because I know I have to do this strenuous workout that's just going to get me nowhere. It's just a mental test for myself that I don't even need to do.
Yeah, dude. And so walk me through that. So how have some other areas of your life improved as a result of being able to actually get time back? Literally by doing less, you've progressed more in fitness. But walk me through how literally the ability to do less, get better results with fitness has allowed you to actually take that time and to progress in other areas of your life, dude.
Yeah, so like right off the bat, I mean, I think just being able to hunt, just the difference from before or after was huge. Just being able to not have to like wake up 4:30 morning, get dressed, go out at dusk, hunt, and then be like, no, what stinks after this is after I hunt for 3 hours, I have to go and run for 3 hours and hit a 2 hour lift and then hunt in the evening again. And then I sit there, I'm like, well, I mean, I walked there, I walked back. It was like 8,000 steps. I'm like, that in itself was a workout. I was carrying my
Yeah,
gun, I was carrying the corn or whatever. And you sit there and you realize that you can implement these little workouts throughout your day that don't seem like a workout, but they give the same effect because they're burning calories, they're getting into cardiovascular health. And the same thing with like even just having fun or like personal relationships, like being able to meet up with friends or being able to go out with your girlfriend and stuff like that was just different because I knew that I didn't have to take out a 3 hour block out of the middle of my day or wake up early or put off going to sleep because I knew that like let's say I want to go out with my friends. I said, well, let's just go out to the mall. And I'm walking around the mall, getting in my steps, getting closer, still having fun going out, getting food, but saving those calories for the end of the day. And I'm doing all this stuff without ever having the fear of giving up my own goals and what I wanted to achieve.
completely, dude. And how do you like how would you say you feel now versus like the way you did before?
Yeah, I just like it's a huge difference of walking around with how I feel like I used to be with almost anxiety. Like I'd be like, I hope someone doesn't invite me out to go get pizza. Or I
Wow.
hope someone doesn't invite me out to go do this or go do that. And like because then I can stay in and I can eat my chicken and rice and then I would be on, you know, be on pace to go hit my super long workout. And I can come back and do all this stuff. And instead I just later like now I'm just like, yeah, if someone wants to go do something then I might just have a energy drink or some coffee or something. I'm gonna fast all day. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna eat whatever I want in reason, pretty much however much I want. I'm gonna hit my protein goal still. I'm gonna have fun without giving up all those experiences and the foods that I love and just being able to live life in general.
Yeah, dude, I mean, it sounds to me like literally doing less has allowed you to get so much more in not only just fitness,
Oh
but
yeah.
in life in general, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And so let's actually get into a little bit of the results, right? So walk me through what was
Mhm.
like your heaviest weight when we first started?
Yeah, so I started off at about 190 pounds, I believe,
Yeah.
which was not, I mean, it was a good powerlifting maybe, but it was not a physique that I was necessarily like thrilled to show off. I mean,
Yeah.
like it was fun in your like t-shirts because your arms were super big and all this stuff, but like I didn't have any veins. I had no bicep vein. Just chubbier around the face. Just in general, I mean, like my cardio, if I like, it's one of those where you're getting like out of breath, just like walking up a hill versus now, versus kind of more just I feel a lot more confident. I have my vascularity. I feel light enough that I can do swimming, I can run, I can um, do jujitsu, I can do any of these things and not have to worry about like, oh, I wonder if I'm in shape or I wonder if I'm going to be able to withstand my own body, like things like pull-ups even, was just like something where I've gotten so much lighter that they just fly now. I mean, like I've like doubled my pull-ups since I started.
Wow. Wow. And walk me through. So I know it's big with a lot of guys who are in this mindset. If I need to lift all day, right? It messes up your sleep and then it messes up your energy. Like, what has your energy been like then versus now?
Yeah, so it's definitely been an increase, even though I've lost weight, which is not at all what I've normally experienced, my energy itself is just up, and I have a lot more willing to just kind of do things. And I find that whenever I do have a workout to do, it's a less of a like, oh, I have to work out, and more of like a I get to work out.
I love
So I
it.
have all of this energy that has just been like building up, and I get to say, okay, well, today I'm going to attack this extremely hard, and I'm just going to crush the workout, and I'm going to set PRs and all these things.
Dude, I love it. I love it. And I want to hit again, right? So walk me through how having that energy to the gym and you have that energy and you're hyped up to work out and you bust a workout. And then, like you said, you're leaner, you're feeling more confident. Like walk me through what that
Mhm.
confidence has been like in like all it sounds like all these areas of your life are improving because it's like again, like an upward spiral when you actually get everything, locked in. Like walk me through what the confidence has been like, with the way you look now.
Yeah, so there's definitely a improvement, just like even down like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like as it keeps going down, you're losing all these pounds. And it's something that I've noticed a lot is I might not be able to tell the difference day to day, but the people around me could. And that felt a lot better because like and then being able to have all those progress pictures in the app helps a lot too because I can go back and be like, well, this is where I started at. This is where I am now. And then I can imagine myself and be like, well, if I look this much better from then and I was 6 weeks ago, then in 6 weeks, I know I'm gonna look even better. And having that confidence of not only having more confidence whenever I start and versus when I end, but just having confidence walking around is also up. Just being able to look at yourself and be like, this is a body that I've built through hard work and determination, and knowing that other people are going to be able to see that too.
Dude, I love it. I love it. And I want to also hit on too, man. Walk me through what it's been like for you as opposed to doing all these random workouts online and doing all this stuff you see online. Walk me through what it's been like to have somebody who's taken a system and a structure and been able to customize that to you and be with you one to one to actually, make it for you in your life and the way that you do things as opposed to some cookie cutter thing that isn't actually for you.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge improvement and advantage just to have that ability to reach out and say like, hey, this is bothering me. I want this. Not only from a mental but a physical side of just being able to really hammer in what's good for you and what is good for your goals. Like whenever I was wanting to get faster or get stronger, I could just reach out and those program changes would be made like overnight versus having to look up or buy another program and look online and spend hours or days just scrolling through just to find one that probably is just like you said, generic or cookie cutter that isn't even going to give me where I want to be or just going to give me like okay results or get me injured or overtrain all these things. And instead, it's just going to be like, okay, here's what I need. This is what I want to. And just to have that just a text away is huge.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I want to also ask too, like now that we've had that and we've had this system, we've had the customized program to you, and you've actually learned the system yourself. Like, how does it feel to
Mm.
actually have a routine that you're not going to only just have for the program to get these amazing results, but how does it feel that you're actually going to have a system that you're going to be able to stick with long term?
Yeah, it's definitely helps a lot because now I know that if I ever somehow or just like let's say like over Christmas or New Year's Days, I gain a couple pounds, I know how to get them off automatically. I already know how to lose that weight while maintaining my strength and muscle. And just being able to have that knowledge put back at all times is huge because I just know that if I just, no matter what I'm doing in life, if I go back to that exact training and if I just apply the right calorie count, I'm golden. It's going to go down.
Dude, I love that. And that makes me, super confident as a coach that this is, again, a lifestyle and an actual lifestyle change I can make for the men I work with as opposed to some, quick fix program. And that's what I really love about it. And what for you would you say has been the best moment, you've had since we started working together, man?
I would say it would definitely be the time that I broke the 180s and started down into the 170s like consistently. But the first time that I hit underneath 180 pounds was the first time I've been there since the start of high school. and but it was always a goal of mine. It's always just like if I could get below 180, I would be there, or if I would, get 175, whatever. But then I finally hit that, and it was a huge realization of like, oh, so like this is actually going to happen. Like this is actually real. This is something that's going to take place.
Dude, I love it. I love it. And I guess one more thing, in terms of the program itself, what would you say your favorite part of all of it together like has been?
Probably just just how simple it is, and just there's no overthinking. There's no guesswork. It's just show up, get your steps, eat your calories and your protein. You can fill it however you want. You can do whatever you want with it. And it's just do the workout. And there's zero, it takes almost zero effort to understand it. It's so simple and it's so just driven by results too, that once you get on it, you're like, okay, well, I know this is going to work. And then before you know it, it's just an actual lifestyle. And then now, like, not even thinking about, like, oh, I need to get some steps in. So just sitting around all day. And it's like, I don't have to look on a PDF that someone sent me, think like, oh, well, I got to get some steps in. It's like, no, like, I know what I need to do.
Yeah, it's not just some program that you have to follow. It's literally
Yeah.
a habit that we've built inside of you now.
Uh,
I love it, dude. And I guess maybe what advice would you give to somebody? Because we've talked about how much you've enjoyed the program as somebody who did have those concerns. What
yeah.
advice would you give to somebody, Jarrett, like about somebody who's on the fence about joining, who was in a similar position as you were?
Yeah. I think, at the very least, do yourself the favor of just reaching out and doing the onboarding call and just getting on and having a conversation. And once you have that conversation, if that doesn't somehow, pull you over and convince you that this is the right program, I think just really uh, apply an open ear and open eyes the entire time and just really go towards it with the mindset of I actually probably don't know as much as I think I know. Because if I did, then I wouldn't be looking around for ways to reach results that I don't have.
Mm,
Like I thought that I knew so much about fitness. I thought that I would never need help. And then I look around like, well, if I knew that much, then how come I'm not where I want to be? And it's like, you know what I need to get to my results. And I think that everyone can usually needs some type of like just understanding of there's people out there that do this for a living. There's people out here who really know what they're talking about, and that price is worth it 100% because there's literally nothing that's more valuable in my opinion than just being able to be healthy and confident. I mean, just that's something you take everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're walking into Walmart, you know that you're a healthy person and you know that you're someone that's built their body through hard work, and it's such of a difference.
dude, I love it. I love it. And how would you like what I guess how would you describe me as a coach and somebody who has a program? Like what would you tell other people about, me as somebody to work with? Like how would you rate me, dude?
I mean, I would the words that pop to my mind is just like understanding and motivational, where you understand that in the end, I mean, we're all just humans. I mean, if we were looking around and it was just like, looking for the best way to do stuff, we could just get online, probably ask ChatGPT or something and just say, like, this is how we do it. And you follow it exactly to the dime, but that's just not how any of us are.
Yeah.
And being able to talk to you and you understanding, like, okay, well, this is just another guy who has problems that struggles with this, that struggles with that, is such a huge difference than someone who's just lacks empathy or just having no one to go to, because then you can change our program. You can talk to us and offer that motivation, that simple little text sometimes is like, hey man, 60 calories today, you're almost there. You're almost to your goal. You're almost to that body fat or that strength level. And just being able to reach out all the time and have someone there.
Dude, I love it and I appreciate it, dude. So I mean, give everyone also a little bit of context. Like now that we've crushed it, I mean, we've literally went from probably like 15, 16, 70% body fat all the way down to probably around 10%, maybe even a little bit lower. I mean, what are your goals now moving forward? I know we're a little bit injured right now, but I know we have some goals in the future that we're gonna be working towards. Like, walk everyone through what your goals are moving forward, man, because we've already done, our 12 weeks. What are the goals for the next 12?
Yeah, man, I think our next goal is really is just being able to uh, increase that volume again and getting up to being able to waist train and get faster without just driving myself back into a world full of injuries and overtraining and fatigue. And it's really understanding like, okay, like how much can I do both? Or understand like, should I just get faster and maintain strength and body fat? And just understand the way that those levers work, where if I pull so much here, how much is it pulling on the other side? And just understanding really my capabilities just where I can get faster, stronger, and just a more in shape person for law enforcement.
I love it, man. And it sounds like, again, like, so much of, again, what I say with fitness is we all can have the perfect program. And in reality is the perfect program isn't usually the one that's the one that we want. Because in reality, the perfect program is you sit in your house all day and you wake up, you eat, sleep, train, you don't do anything else. That's the perfect program. You live in a box, right? But the perfect
Mm-hmm.
program for your lifestyle isn't gonna, I can say right now, it's not gonna be the most optimal program. But to me, it's not we're all just chasing our genetic potential, and it's like a lot of times
Yeah.
people will push for optimal, but in reality is like you can get to your best, eventually. It doesn't mean you have to do it, in the next 16 weeks. It's like, if, as long as you just get there, you're just going to keep progressing. You're progressing every day. It's okay to sacrifice some speed by actually getting there and enjoying the process the whole time, man.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the basis of what I do, is to make it a lifestyle, right? It's like, if we're gonna do this every day forever, then let's just do it, and we're actually gonna enjoy it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
walk me through, Jarret. So what would you say, is there anything else that you have to tell anybody out there who might be in a similar position as you, who might be struggling right now, who's out there considering getting a coach, but they don't know what to do? Is there anything else that you would want to tell that person, dude, before we wrap up?
Yeah, I think just looking back all across my fitness career, I think that there's a huge benefit just because I was starting off just with like watching YouTube videos and fitness creators and being like, oh, so this is how you do this. And then before you know it, you realize that there's so many ways to, get jacked or get lean or do whatever. So my advice would be if you can just start off, even if you're just now getting in, you've never even picked up a dumbbell. If you start off with a coach, you start off right, then you're just setting up your rest of life for success. I mean, there's just having that base would have been such of a advantage if I would have started training 3 years ago with all the knowledge I had now. I mean, I would be bounds more successful in the gym and probably outside the gym if all the time I poured into it if I had what I knew now.
Dude, well, I love it, and it's been amazing, man. And I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your story. And I'm sure it's going to
Oh yeah.
motivate some people, dude. And yeah, man, I really appreciate it. And that's been, Jarret Jones, everybody. I appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate all you done.
Oh, man, thank you.